YouTube. Welcome to my first video of a new series that I want to be doing. I'm going to show you some of the decks I have in Magic and Yu-Gi-Oh! And just explain to you why I like to play, my styles of play, and you know, maybe share with you some of the knowledge of what I like to do as far as these games go. And you know, I just like to share. And I want to first introduce to you one of my favorite decks. As I've said before, I like the funny cards, the Unhinged and the Unglued. So the first deck I want to show you is the S deck. Yeah, this is my box I use it to put it in. And in the Unhinged set, they had basically donkeys. And I liked the idea so much, it was funny and everything, I decided to build a deck around it. So that's what this deck is. It's a 5-color deck, which is very unusual for me. I personally like to prefer to stay within 2 colors. It's easier to build a deck that way, easier to play. But this deck had to be 5 cards. It just had to be 5 colors. So, alright. So first off, I'm going to explain to you the land. That's what's in here. Usually, whenever I build a Magic deck, I try to keep it within 60 cards. I prefer to keep it within a 1-to-1-to-1 ratio. Okay, meaning for 1 land, then 1 creature type spell, and then 1 of another type spell, basically. And I'll get more into that later as I show you these videos. I believe this deck is actually bigger than a 60-card deck. You know, I'm not sure exactly the person here, but I'll figure it out here in a minute. But to start it off with, I'll show you the land that's in this deck. First off, I have, I'm sure you can see them. Okay, there are 2 planes. 2 planes in this deck. Okay, basic planes. Okay, next, 2 forests. 2 basic forests. Next, 2 mountains. 2 basic mountains. Next up, 2 islands. 2 basic islands. And next, 2 swamps. 2 basic swamps. And this is all the basic land in this deck. There's 10 basic land cards. 2 of each color. Alright. So that takes care of the basic land. That's only about 1/2 of the land that's in this deck. Trying to find a nice place to put it where you can see them. I guess that's okay for now. Like I said, this is the first video I've done this. So, next. Non-basic land. This is still land. Now, 4 cities of ass. Yes. This deck could not be complete without these. Okay, now, this card, City of Ass, comes into play tapped. Basically, this card is a parody of City of Brass from the Arabian Nights set. Okay? Alright. This comes into play tapped, and then I tap it to add 1.5 mana of any 1 color of my choice. Okay, so I can tap this to add 1.5 white, or 1.5 blue, or whatever, 1.5 colorless. Makes no difference. Of course, when this came out, mana burn was in play, but there's no more mana burn, so it's not as detrimental for that little 0.5. Of course, that 0.5 mana burn was just a joke, but yeah, I just had to add these in here. so yeah, the town of donkeys, basically. So, and yeah, basically with this gives me, let's see, 1.5. That gives me 3. So altogether, this is 6 mana altogether when I have all 4 out. 6 mana. Next, I have 4, count them 4, Terramorphic Expanses. Okay? This card, basically, whenever it comes into play, I can sacrifice it to bring out any one of my basic lands of choice. So, with these 4, hey, that's perfect. I mean, I can get whatever I need at the time. So, and then the next one is essentially the same card, only different name. So, this still goes along with only 4 cards of the same name. Let's say, only 4 cards of the same effect. So, Evolving Wilds. Evolving Wilds. So 1 Evolving Wilds, and the final special land, and it's a legendary land, the Gemstone Caverns. Gemstone Caverns. Alright, now, if Gemstone Caverns is in your opening hand, which has only happened once since I built this deck, I may begin the game with Gemstone Caverns in play, already in play, and I may put a luck counter on, okay? And if I do, remove a card from my hand from the game. Okay, remove a card in my hand from the game. And basically I can tap this to add 1 colorless mana to my mana pool. But if it has a luck counter, then I can tap it for any color. Nice. Like I said, that's only happened once so far since I played with this deck. But, hey, at least it's nice if it ever happens, I would like to get more of that for this deck at some point. So definitely in the comments, if you can think of any ways that I can improve this deck, please let me know. I would really love to make this into a wonderful deck. One thing I do want to say, whenever I play, I only play for fun. I don't play for tournaments or anything, just for fun. So to me, when me and my friends are playing Magic, any card goes, as long as you just go by the basic, only 4 of the same kind of card in the deck, basically.